الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون اللهم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما نافعا إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم صلى الله على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. My dear respected brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is a great opportunity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has enabled me and you to sit here. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to inspire me words that becomes the means and the deliverance in the day of Qiyamah from the fire of Jahannam. I have read an ayat from the Quran, and upon this ayat I want to narrate to you a hadith which is documented in the books of hadith, but in some books of hadith it is scattered around. Hafiz ibn Hajar al-Asqalani and Abu Lays al-Thamarqandi, they have narrated a very long hadith, and this hadith, it gives the glad tidings for the believers who are establishing their prayers, and it is a warning and a woe for those people who neglects their prayers. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has mentioned, Man hafadha ala salat al-khams, whoever preserves and protects, whoever establishes their prayers. Hafadha means whoever protects their prayers, who prescribes and reads their salat and establishes their salat upon the prescribed time. Akramahu Allahu bi khamsi khisalin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bestow him and will grant him 5 glad tidings. Yarfa' Allahu dhiqul 'aish. The first thing is Allah will remove the difficulties of his livelihood, the difficulties of his earnings, the difficulties of his provision. A person worries, every man, every human being, not just a Muslim, even the non-Muslim, they have worry and concern about their livelihood and their provision, how to provide their family, how to provide their children, how to maintain their family. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, a Muslim who establishes his prayers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remove the difficulty of his livelihood. يَرْفَعُ اللَّهُ ضِيقُ الْعِيشِ وَعَذَابِ الْقَبْرِ. And Allah will protect him from the punishment of the grave. This will be the first abode, the first stage of the day of Qiyamah. Hazrat Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu used to not cry as much he used to cry about remembering about the qabr. Why? Because if you are successful in your qabr, you should know that surely you will be, inshallah, will be entered into Jannah. وَيَمُرُّ الصِّرَاطِ كَالْبَرْقِ. And in the day of Qiyamah, he will go over the bridge of Sirat like the lightning, like the blink of the lightning. وَيَمُرُّ الصِّرَاطِ كَالْبَرْقِ وَيُؤْتِي كِتَابَهُ بِيَمِينِهِ. And he will be given his glad tidings, his good books, his books in his right hand. He will say, هَا أُمُقْرَوْ كِتَابِيَا إِنِّي ظَنَنْتُ أَنِّي مُلَاقٍ حِسَابِيَا فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ. He will go running. This will be the greatest success in the day of Qiyamah. The degree and whatever degree you have in this world, this is not the greatest success, brothers and my sisters who are listening. The greatest success in the day of Qiyamah, when your books will be given in your right hand and you will be running in front of the worlds and you will be saying, "Ha muqra'u kitabia." Look at my book, look at my book. He'll be running and running to his family members. He will say, "Inni dhanantu anni mulaqin hisabia." I thought that I will be taken to account to take my account on what I have done in this world. But Allah has had mercy upon me. وَيُؤْتِ كِتَابَهُ مِيَمِينِهِ وَيَدْخُلُونَ الْجَنَّةَ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. And he will be entered into Jannah without any account. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to make dua to Allah, Allahumma hasibna hisaban yasira. Allah, make my accounts easy for me in the day of Qiyamah. You should read this dua. Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha, she says that if a person man nuqisha faqad udhiba, if a person has been taken to accountability of what he has done, his deeds and action in this world, he should know that his azab and his punishment has started. So brothers, we will not able to give our account what we have done in this world. We ask Allah to give us Jannah without any account. وَيَدْخُلُونَ الْجَنَّةِ. So these 5 glad tidings is for the Musalliin, for those people who establish their prayers with all their conditions. There are conditions, brothers. It's not just establishing prayers. There are conditions in prayers as well. If you don't fulfill these conditions, may Allah save us. وَمَنْ تَحَاوَنَ عَلَى الصَّلَاةِ عَاقَبَ اللَّهُ بِخَمْسِ عُقُوبَةً 5 فِي الدُّنْيَا وَثَلَاثَةٌ عِنْدَ الْمَوْتِ وَثَلَاثَةٌ فِي قَبْرِهِ وَثَلَاثَةٌ عِنْدَ خُرُوجِهِ. A person who disregards or neglects his prayers, Allah Ta'ala will give him 15 punishment. 15 punishment. 5 in this world. 5 فِي الدُّنْيا تُنْزَعُ الْبَرْكَةُ مِنْ عُمْرِهِ. The first thing, he will be deprived of prosperity and barakat in his life. A lot of people, those people who are the committers of the crimes, the open sinners, the fasiqs, they do what they do, but when Allah grabs them very severely. So tunza'ul barakatu min umrihi, he gets deprived of the barakat. Today we think only barakat is in wealth. Everything that Allah has gave you, your wealth, your health, your children, your time, your ibadat, you're taking the name of Allah, this is barakat within itself. وَتُمْحَى سِمَاءُ الصَّالِحِينَ. And this person will be deprived. He will be removed from the faces of the pious. In the day of Qiyamah, how will the angels recognize these musalliin? Because min athari sujud simahum fi wujuhim, min athari sujud, because they used to establish their prayers in this world, Allah Ta'ala will elevate and give a radiant face in the day of Qiyamah. The angels and the salihin and the waliyin and the muttaqeen and the ummah will recognize that this is the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa tumha sima'u salihin. كل عمل يعمله لا يعجر من عمله شيء. A person, there's a people, they say, I'm very nice from my heart, I'm good from my heart, I'm a good Muslim, but I don't pray my namaz. What does that mean? In Islamically, this has no significance. Some people say I'm very good Muslim from my heart, but I don't pray my namaz, I don't come to the masjid. There's many people outside there. Who's going to go to them and give da'wah to them? So it's not enough. it doesn't matter how good you may be. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Kullu amali la ya'juru min amalihi shay'un." You do any deeds and action, you're not establishing your prayers, you don't pray your salah, then your good deeds will not be accountable in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا يَرْفَعُ دُعَاهُ إِلَى السَّمَاءِ. And you are crying to Allah, you say, "Oh Allah, forgive me, oh Allah, give me this, give me that, give me this." Allah is not accepting your du'as. Why? You have forgot to pray your salah. You're not even praying your salah. How your du'as is going to be accepted? لا يرفع دعاءه إلى السماء وليس له حق في دعاء الصالحين. And this person, he has no rights upon the du'as of the believers. When the believers lift their hand, they say, "Allahumma اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات." You will be away, you will be not accounted in the du'as of the believers. You will be deprived from the du'as of the believers. When the Muslims, every single they say, وَعَلَى عِبَادِ اللَّهِ الصَّالِحِينَ, you are deprived from the du'as of the salihin. وَثَلَاثَةٌ عِنْدَ الْمَوْتِ. And those people who are neglecting their prayers, there will be 3 punishments before the grave, at the time of their death. يَمُوتُ ذَلِيلًا. He will die a very humiliated death. In terms, Allah will not give him husni khatima. What is husni khatima? Allah will not give him the tawfiq to read the kalima La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He will die yamutu dhalilan wa yamutu ju'an, and he will die in hunger. Wa yamutu adshan. The hadith says, "Walau suqiya min bihari dunya ma wuriya min adshihi." That if a person was to be given the whole oceans, his thirst will not be quenched. وَثَلَاثَةٌ فِي قَبْرِهِ. And there will be 3 punishments. Those people who are the neglectors of the prayers. Brothers, I'm reminding you again and again that those people who are the neglectors of the prayers, there will be 3 punishments in his grave. The first one is يُوخِدُ عَلَيْهِ النَّارِ وَيَخْتَلِفُ أَضْلَاعُهُ. That there will be fire in his grave and his ribs will be squashed so much that even some scholars, they say that the milk of his mother that he drank when he was born, that will come out from his mouth. The milk from his mother that he drank when he was born, that will come out from his mouth. May Allah save us and protect us. وَيُسَلِّطُ عَلَيْهِ ثُعْبَانٌ شُجَاعُ الْأَخْرَى عَيْنَاهُ مِنَ النَّارِ وَأَسْفَارُ مِنَ الْحَدِيدِ طُولُهُ كُلُّ زَفَرٍ مَسِيرَةَ يَوْمٍ. And this person, there will be a serpent will fall upon him. A serpent will be in his grave. I have heard recently some people, some things they show on the internet. There's a lot of bogus things they show. Don't watch these things. They show some pictures of the grave and then they show some snakes as well. Have you seen things like that? Yeah, don't watch these things, because listen, the first thing you got to remember is we believe in iman bil ghaib. We believe in the unseen. Even if we see the snake or not in the grave, it doesn't make any difference with our iman. This was the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhu concept. Now some people, they say they've seen the snake. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows how this snake is and what size. But we understand in this hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, يُسَلِّطُ عَلَيْهِ الثُّعْبَانِ. The name of this snake, his name is Thu'ban. شُجَاعُ الْأَخْرَى عَيْنَاهُ مِنَ النَّارِ. His eyes will be of a fire. وَأَسْفَارُ مِنَ الْحَدِيدِ. And his nails will be of metal. وَطُولُهُ كُلَّ ظُفْرٍ بَسِيرَةَ يَوْمٍ. And the size of this nail will be the equivalent of a day. And what he will be saying, فَيَقُولُ وَأَصْوَاتُهُ الرَّعْدُ الْقَاصِفِ. And his voice will be like a very frown, very serious, horrifying sound of a thunderbolt. A very serious, horrifying sound of a thunderbolt. And he will say, أَمَرَنِي رَبِّي أَنْ أَدْرِبُكَ أَنْ تَدِيَ صَلَاةِ الْفَجْرِ إِلَى بَعْضِ طُلُوعِ الشَّمْسِ. Allah has ordered me to punish you and to blow you from Fajr until the sun has risen. وَأَمَرَنِي أَن تَدِيعِ أَنْ أَضْرِبُكَ مِنْ صَلَاةِ الظُّهْرِ إِلَى الْعَصْرِ وَالْعَصْرِ إِلَى الْمَغْرِبِ وَالْمَغْرِبِ إِلَى الْعِشَاءِ وَالْعِشَاءِ إِلَى الْفَجْرِ. Allah has ordered me to blow you upon you, and from Dhuhr to Asr, from Asr to Maghrib, from Maghrib to Isha, from Isha to Fajr. Now you may be questioning, you may be thinking that we only had a 60 years span of life, and Allah has only ordered us to pray only 5 daily prayers. The question is not about the prayers. The question is about who you have disobeyed. You have disobeyed Allah, and Allah has promised you for Jannah, not for 1 day, not for 1,000,000 days, for eternal. And you have lost that eternal chance. You have lost that eternal chance. And in the 24 hours, Allah is only asking you from every hour, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. If you calculate, it's only 1 hour. And it says that this snake يَغُوسُهُ فِي الْأَرْضِ سَبْعُونَ ذِرَاعًا, that he will blow him into the earth and he will go 70 arm length in the grave. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah protect us. Those people who praise their salah, those brothers and sisters who are establishing their salah, who do not neglect their salah, I said in the ayat of the Quran, فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ, Allah says, woe be upon the musalliyin, الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَهُونَ, those people who are neglectful of their prayers. The ulama, Ibn Abbas says, أَنْ تَأْخِيرِ الصَّلَاةِ عَنْ وَقْتِهَا, he doesn't pray his salah upon its time, he delays it. What does he do? He reads at one time. Someone came to me the other day. He asked me, at the time of Isha, can I pray my Asr, Maghrib and Isha? I said, Astaghfirullah. What are you asking me? At the time of Isha, can I pray my Asr, Maghrib and Isha? Why? It's so busy. I'm so busy at work. It's so busy at time. Listen, the most important thing is when the time of farz comes, just establish your farz. And pray your sunnah afterwards. If you are in a position, if you are in a situation, then pray your sunnah afterwards. But establish your prayers at your farz at its time. وَثَلَاثَةٌ عِنْدَ خُرُوجِهِ, and there will be 3 punishment. Those people who are the neglectors of the prayers. In the day of Qiyamah, شِدَّةُ الْحِسَابِ, his reckoning will be very difficult. وَسَخَطُ الرَّبِّ, his Lord will be very angry upon him. وَيَدْخُلُونَ النَّارِ, and this person will be thrown into the fire of Jahannam. وَفِي رِوَايَةٍ فَإِنَّهُ يَأْتِي يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ ثَلَاثَةُ أَسْطُرٍ. In another riwayat, in another narration, it comes that there will be 3 things written on his forehead. يَا مُضِيَّعْ يَا ضَيَّعْ حَقَّ اللَّهِ, O you who are neglectful of the order of Allah, of the haqq, of the duty of Allah. Allah had ordered you to do something which was so simple task in our life. Salah was the most simple task out of all the duties upon Allah has ordained upon us. And so simple, and you have neglected that. Ya mudiya, ya dayya man haqqillah. O you are, it will be written, O you are neglector of the haqq, of the order of Allah. Ya makhsus bi ghadabillah, O you who deserve the wrath of Allah, it will be written on his head. Ya dayya kama dayya'ta fi dunya فإنه آثم اليوم حق فإنه آثم اليوم أنت من رحمة الله, that today you will be despaired from the rahmah and from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the question is, my brothers, was it worth it for me? Was it worth it for me to neglect my prayers? We become so indulged, we become so busy in our dunya that we forget the haqq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We forget to read our prayers. We forget to establish our prayers. Was our dunya more than our prayers? Was our dunya more than our Jannah? Was our dunya more than our qabr? Was our dunya more than our death? Was our dunya more than the latter world, that the eternal bliss that Allah was promising us in the day of Qiyamah? Allah will say, O my servant, what did I not give you? I gave you everything, but I only told you to establish a very short, very minimum amount of time to establish your prayers. May Allah give us the tawfiq to establish our prayers upon the time, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst those people who have been reckoned amongst the musalliyin that Allah has promised upon, and may Allah save us from the punishment what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered and has told us and gave us the wa'id. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala jazakallah khairan subhanahu wa ta'ala.